An average day in mold making, you start around 7 a.m. and you usually start finishing the project that you were working on the day before. The project manager will give you a rundown of new tasks for the day or for the week ahead, and so you slowly work off that list. And the day kind of changes as the mold progresses. So in the beginning you're working with just blocks of steel, putting them in the mill or the grinder, and getting them to size, making an actual part out of a block of steel. Then as the mold continues on, you're assembling it, and so most of your week will be putting the pieces together, kind of like a puzzle, and then the goal is to get it to completed state and then close it for the first time. I wanted to get into mold making. My background is in machining and welding, so I was kind of curious what mold making even was about, and I came by, knocked on the doors. I have experience with machining and welding. I'm not sure what goes on in mold making, but perhaps this could be a fit somehow. And so I was hired the same day because of that experience, and I've been able to catch on to mold making pretty quickly just because of similar field experience. The education and training in mold making is very similar to other manufacturing fields. We work a lot with the same machines that are in CNC shops, but mold making is more so focusing on the assembly and the fitting of the mold. And there is some training for that offered through TMA, and also some community colleges are doing certificate programs for mold making specifically. But even if you could get training in machining or manufacturing in general, that can quickly lead to a career in mold making. What I like about working in manufacturing is that you are creating something. And when you see something that's been made before, even if you didn't make it, you wonder how it was made. Some of the parts you'll see later, you'll know how it was made when you see it, and to me that's very satisfying. Manufacturing as a trade, I think, is very easy on the body compared to construction or road work, and it's equally as satisfying. But some of these molds that we create get put in thousands and millions of other components. So every dishwasher has this piece, or every vehicle has a component that we made, and when you know that, you're part of something much bigger than just this small plastic piece. An everyday component that you wouldn't think twice about normally has a whole process behind how it was created. Something as simple, well, this is a pretty big part, but something like this basket in your dishwasher with all the forks and knives and spoons in it, you wouldn't think twice about how this was made. You just know it's used to clean your forks and spoons. But in mold making, you understand what went into that process, and I think you get more value out of the quality when you produce something that's high quality. The salary in mold making can be very good, same with other manufacturing fields. It always depends on what you have to offer. If you come in early on and you don't know much about shop work, then your pay is going to start much lower. When I started working, I was paid $10 an hour, and then I didn't know anything about the shop. But it quickly advances, and if you have some machining experience or you've taken some CNC classes with local trade associations or community colleges, you can quickly get to 15, 16, over 20 an hour, which isn't bad, especially at a young age. Some of the challenges in manufacturing is working with designs and blueprints that sometimes need slight adjustments, or the customer realizes a small change might be needed in the part, and so you thought you were done creating it, and then you have to go back and work on it a little bit more to get it just right. Are there a shortage of skilled workers in this field? Definitely. The American Mold Building Association took a survey in February of 2018, and 100% of the respondents indicated that workforce development was an area that needed the most improvement. And all shops said they've had a hard time finding skilled employees, and 75% of respondents said they're trying to find somebody right now. As a high schooler, you guys have so many opportunities, and I just wanted to encourage you to take advantage of every opportunity before you. If you're looking to get into the trades, pursue some shop classes with your school, or maybe enroll in some summer community college courses, get connected with the local trade association. For those of you looking into the military, they also are in need of machinists and welders. Aircraft metals technology in the Air Force is a good option if you're looking at the military and also want to pursue the trades. And then the more skills that you add to your resume before you graduate, the better candidate that you make for all of these manufacturing trade fields.